I don't know none of the numbers. Yeah, I don't. None of the numbers.
You guys have asked Russ to do a lot of different things, whether that be screen and roll, whether that be his minutes fluctuating. What is the sense of buy-in that you get from him, whether it be he's playing a lot or he's not playing a lot, or he's on the ball, he's off the ball?
100% buy-in. He's been great. Even last game we didn't go back in, just talking to T-Man, talking to the guys, staying engaged, cheering for his teammates, and it was huge. And so what he's brought to our team has been great. Just as far as, we've been asked to do a lot of different things and trying to learn on the fly, not a lot of time to really have time to really practice it and go over it. So he's been doing a lot of things on the fly, but he's been great.
Norm, we got the update by him. How much can he really do on the court with you guys when you guys are practicing?
We're going to take a look at today. He can do some small things, some skeleton offense stuff, and get out there doing that, but I'm not sure about as far as contact and all that stuff. Okay. I doubt that.
Yeah. Carl was talking a lot post-game about just how people who aren't talking need to talk more, and those who are talking defensively need to keep doing that. Are you seeing better defensive communication the last 2 games?
Well,
or last 5 quarters?
Yeah, we've been talking about it. Just communication. We have a quiet team by nature, but defensively, you can't be a good defensive team if you don't talk and communicate. Your switches, top locks, just different things that you got to do throughout the course of the game. With being calling out the coverages, so our guards can get into the ball and force them that way. And so we're not talking and communicating. How can you be a good defensive team? So we've been talking about our communication, talking our coverages, and like I said, last couple of games have been better, but we got to continue to keep building on it.
I think when you look at this part of the schedule early in the year, you go, okay, we just got to get here. A lot of rest time, a lot of practice time, not a lot of games. Now that you're here, what is it like?
It's been good. Like you said, acquiring 4 new guys and now having time to actually practice. And it doesn't feel right. Like I keep thinking we got a game a day, because it's always a day in between a game. And so it's kind of different, having 2 days in between. But we need these days to, like you said, first of all, rest our body, but also being able to, work on things we need to work on and try to get our new guys up to speed and continue to keep executing in the right way.
Well, the season, obviously, we know it's a grind. So with so many days off, besides just rest, how does this time, how do you use this time in a good way for you guys?
Just working on things we need to get better at, and then also getting our new guys up to speed. But some things that we've kind of slacked in as far as defensively, things that we can practice and get back to going over those things so they can see them getting the reps. And I think it's very important, to be able to get the reps that we need to get. And so, like we got 2 days in between, you get a day of rest, but then you come in, now you work on the things that you need to get better at. And so it's been good for us, and we just got to continue to keep using these practice days and shoot arounds to get better at what we need to get better at.
Why do you think, knowing Tibbs and the way he coaches, why do you think the Knicks are so much better on the road this year than they have been at home?
I don't know, just probably a tough-minded team. Tibbs team are going to play hard and compete every night. They're going to play the right way. They can get the ball who they want to get the ball to in their spots, and they just compete every night defensively. And so every time you play hard defensively, you always got a chance to win.
Well, I'm going to specify just the previous question. Do you have guys step away from basketball for a bit to spend time with family, just mentally?
I don't know. You got to ask them.
Did you suggest that at all? Do you encourage that at all? How do you view that?
I don't really speak on that. Just like as far as getting your treatments, making sure your body's intact, making sure your body feels good on your off days. But I can't. I don't really know what they do on their off days. Yeah.
Even though Norm's out now, do you have a good feel yet for who works best together? What pairings? What rotations? Are there certain groups out there that you got a really good feel for yet, or do you feel like you still need to kind of see some more?
Still need to see some more. I do like, the group that we've had. The only consistency we had this year is, in the last couple of years, it's been Marcus, Kawhi, PG, and Zoo. And so that's only consistency we got right now. And so we got to continue to keep working with that. But then the guys on the bench, just seeing how they fit in and what role they can play and who they fit well with is going to be the hardest thing, because like I said, Norman's been out, so we really haven't had a chance to have those guys play together yet.
What's your marker for gauging chemistry? Do you
the
have
markers now? It's like with Norman being out, it's been tough, and Zoo being out as well was tough for us. But it's go time, so we really don't have a lot of time to really gauge how you're going to do it. You just got to have a feel for it, and you have a plan on how you want to do it. But if that plan doesn't work, you got to be able to adjust and do different things. And so that's the point we're at right now.
Is there anything about the new guys that maybe surprised you? Maybe it's like Mason's offensive or defensive versatility, maybe Eric's like spacing, like anything about the new guys that kind of surprised you or took you back?
I mean, we knew what we were getting, but my thing is just how they come in and fit in so well, so fast. I think Mason's energy, like you said, of being able to rebound the basketball and push it out on a break, defensively be able to blitz and rotate, and then sometimes be able to switch. His versatility with that. He's also been a really good rebounder for us since he's been here. And then EG, like you said, spacing the floor, straight line drives, getting to the basket. Russ's passing ability, we knew his pace, getting the ball up the floor quick, getting to the paint, making the right play. And then Bones in the 2 games that he was here, that he played, just his pace, his ability to get wherever he wants to on the floor, running pick and rolls, making the right pass, which I didn't know Bones was such a good passer, but he does make the right play and the right pass, which was good for us when he played.
How did coaching by feel sort of become your style? Like, is that something you gleaned from watching Phil coach, or how did that kind of become the way you manage a game?
I don't know. I've only coached for 6 years, so it's just whatever the game needs. I think you got to be able to do. I don't think you can look at a card the whole game and be like, okay, we're going to do this, this, and that, because things change throughout the course of the game, and so just whoever's playing well. I think what we need at the time and at the moment, you got to be able to see and try to adjust to, and then just kind of go from there.
But was that something that you saw your own coaches that you had influence on you do as well, and sort of maybe just?
Yeah, I learned from Doc. So Doc never used a card or a minutes card and things like that. He just kind of coached off feel and how he felt throughout the game, and so that's kind of how I learned.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
Let's get ready for Hoop Jab.